everybody, in this video I wanted to talk about why I don't day trade anymore. I think I've discussed it before on the channel, but I thought it'd be nice to, draw some stuff out, write it down, and kind of show you guys, illustrate why. So just to be clear though, the reason why I don't really do it though is because I'm just bad at it. Like if I was good at it and consistent, I would probably have made money, but I don't. So I'm not here to say that it's bad to do or that people can't make money doing it. I'm just gonna say that it didn't work for me, and I kind of want to explain why. So why I don't day trade anymore. I guess it's a little far away. We could zoom it in a tad bit. I guess I should use like a marker. But so what I want to first do is walk you through a typical day of me day trading. Actually, I guess a time horizon. So let's see, college, my last year in college is when I really started. So let's say like September to December is when I maybe did it like 3 times a week. 2 or 3 per week. And let's say January to May, I would do maybe like 3 to 4. And then from basically, I guess, June to July, every day I was basically doing it. That's a really bad 5. So this was 2020 to 2021. So July, this was 2021, just as like a time frame. So I had basically September to July. That's almost a year. I said 10 months of kind of day trading. Now this might be less now that I really think about this. Probably 1 or 2. It doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things, but basically I did a little bit these months, but I really started to pick up like 5 times a week. I'd be like, all right, I'm gonna trade. I'm gonna do this today, So just to be clear, on our definition of day trading, intent to buy, then sell that day. Why is my handwriting so bad? I guess I haven't written in a while, but I'll try to write a little bit nicer. Intend to buy and then sell the same day. So I'm literally buying something, expecting to sell it maybe an hour to 5 hours later, maybe even a minute, you don't know. But that's the intent. So now, during these months, I was in school, so I didn't really have that much time. But what I really want to focus on is these months right here, because I didn't have school, and I was like, okay, I want to see if can I do this, right? So let's walk through a typical day. I'm getting to the point where I don't day trade. I just want to explain. I'm getting there, so just bear with me. I'm on the East Coast, so market opens at 9:30. So let's say I woke up probably 7:30 a.m. Got ready, blah blah blah. By 8 o'clock, maybe I'm eating dinner. No, I'm not eating dinner. I'm at breakfast, but by 8 a.m. I'm at a computer. Get up so from 8 to 9 o'clock, I would usually like search for stuff, right? Because every day is kind of like a new day. You gotta find like what's moving. So we're looking for volume. We're looking for news, earnings. Like we're looking for some catalyst. Yeah, I guess it's a way catalyst for a stock to move. So maybe I pick out, let's say, anywhere from definitely at least 3 to like, let's say 5. So like let's say 9 to like 9:15. After like an hour of searching, I mean I'm listening to music, I'm vibing, I'm not like super aggressive, like trying to like I don't know what word I'm trying to use, but I'm not like 1 hour very mentally focused, but I'm searching for stuff, I'm browsing, I'm trying to see what I'm feeling the vibe of the market. So these 15 minutes, I am identifying price levels. Okay, let's do this again. Identify price levels. Where would I buy? Where would I sell? What would, plan out the trade. Plan out anywhere from 3 to 5 trades in like those time periods. Basically, wait till 9:30. Market opens. I'm looking at 3 to 5 charts, seeing if anything's playing out. Let's say something does play out, right? Actually, I get to that in a minute. So by 10:30, I was done. Phew. Anything after that, I'm just wasting my time. During these months, I would do it from like 12:30. Just look at all this stuff, and I was like, this is taking up way too much amount of my time. So I limit to myself 10:30. I'm done. If I'm not in a trade by 10 o'clock, I'm done. If I'm in a trade 10:30, give it some room, or if the trade's going well, maybe a few more hours, but don't like add anything stupid. So where was I getting at? So 7:30 to 10:30, that's 3 hours, right? 7, 8, 9, 10, 3 hours. Why did I put the little dash there? 3 hours. What I'm getting at is this. I mean, it does seem like 3 hours, which does not seem like a long time, but it kind of is. From the time I got up to 3 hours later, maybe I made a little bit of money, right? Let's say I had a great day, and let's say I made like 5% on a trade, right? That's a good day, but the position sizes I was using, like 5% wouldn't really equate. So let's not even say 3 hours. Let's say let's just say 2 hours. Let's say I made like $50. Yeah, it's like $25 an hour, let's say. But like, in reality, that's not how it works. Let's say I made $50. Even let's say I made $50 an hour. $50 an hour. Let's say I had a good day. I worked for 2 hours, and I made $100 on a trade. Just because I had a good day this day, tomorrow maybe I lost $25. Maybe the next day I lose $25, and like maybe the next day, I made $50 or $30, and you can risk reward. You can manage all this stuff. It was getting stressful. I guess is what I'm saying. It was taking up too much time for too little reward. And it just wasn't worth the psychological, I guess, pressure it was putting on me. And I'm not saying it was like super unbearable. I'm just saying it was not worth it. And some people might be thinking like, oh, like that's just hypothetically, you made $50 an hour. Like that sounds really good. But like, I feel like when you do it to yourself, it's not worth all that time, because this is not guaranteed. This would be considered a great day, maybe on average, after all these months of, studying and training and, just feeling out the market. Maybe every day I made $10, like on a, like average. I don't know exactly, I didn't really track it. I feel like if I did, I would go insane after every day. I did try to do it at first, like track everything, and it was like, I can't do this. It's just not something that was sustainable for me. But let's just say I made $10 a day, and this number is like gonna depend on, again, how much money you have to play around with. But you gotta remember the trading rules. I made a video on was it Kelly criterion or whatever. There's a reason why I guess not we, but traders traders and statisticians use these type of like laws and stuff is because over a long period of time they work. So your position size is going to be quite small relative to your portfolio. And again, like let's say you have realistically as like a college student or like someone in, I don't know, let's say my age, let's say you have 10 grand you'd want to throw around, and that means your position size can only be 1,000 roughly. If you want to be like ballsy, maybe 2 grand. And let's say you have a 5% trade on the 2 grand, you're making $100, right? That's how I kind of got to this. That's how I got to this. And on like 2 hours, that's like $50 an hour. But that's considering that you might have a great day. Some days you might not make anything. You'll be in a trade, and then I'll just do this. And then you get out, and nothing happens, and it's like, oh, okay, nothing happened that day. So like it sounds great when you're, oh, $50 an hour on this day, but in reality, it's probably like 10 or even less on, let's say, a $2,000 position size. And I get like some people are like, oh, but if you have more money, so let's say you had like 20 grand, and then you're making like 1,000 a day, on a good day. So maybe you're making like $100 a day. Like just multiply by 10. Yeah, that sounds great, but most of us don't have like 20 grand to throw around, and also have that like psychological, like I guess fortitude to like handle a loss. Can you handle a loss of, let's say, like $300, right? Because that would be what, the 1.5%? No, that's not right. Oh, 20 grand, yeah. 1.5% of 20 grand is $300. I think that's correct. Like, can you handle that loss? And that's a pretty, like, not basic, but relative to your position size, that's a small amount. Like, are you gonna be able to handle that? I don't know if most people would. I mean, it definitely takes some, like, training and getting there, but I'm just saying that, it's something to think about. But, yeah, I guess just gonna bring it back again to this is the amount of money I was using, with the amount of time it was taking, with the emotional, like, stability, and, the emotional stability, just the, like, pressure of, if I don't, like, make money this day, so let's say I made $0 on a day, I just wasted 2 or 3 hours of my time doing nothing. Sure, I might have learned stuff along the way, but in reality, I didn't really make anything. I had nothing to prove, really. And that's why I guess I just stopped. I mean, maybe I wasn't good enough. Maybe I didn't have what it takes, but I think I took everything I learned, and that's why I do like swing trading or position trading better, because it fits me more, like my just personal, like, mental game better, because I can hold the position. I like the stock. I like where, like, the company is, I guess literally where the company is positioned, like, price-wise relative to, like, how they're doing. Maybe the chart looks good, and I hold this, anywhere from, like, 1 to, like, 3 months, or 1 week to, like, 3 months. Like, I'm not so concerned with the day-to-day movement because it's just stressful, and I'm not concerned about buying a stock that I don't really care about because it's got some news and I gotta be out in like 2 hours. It's such a small window of something that has to go right, whereas this is, I can wait for a long time. I can be in something that I actually want to be in, and I can, I guess, justify it with more data, longer time frames. I can play the volatility a little bit more. Like, if something goes down there, let's say a stock is like promo, I don't know, and let's say, like, on the day, like, I bought, like, right here, but then, like, in like 5 days it's down here, I can buy it there and be like, oh, okay, got it cheaper. But on a day trade, I would have to be out this day because it would most likely be a stock that I didn't want in a position that I was like, the position's good for that day, but on like a weekly or monthly, like, time frame, it's not good. So just like to play the bigger game. It just makes more sense to me. I think it's more sustainable. I spend less time in the market looking at it, doing this, and it's so much easier mentally than this. Like, so let's say I get up at 7:30, I'll make some videos until like in 9:45, maybe like I'll start editing, like, yeah, so I guess I'm gonna show, remember this, this was my life, like these months. So now let's say I get up 7:30, same time, get up, maybe I'll do some exercise. So this is what I've actually been doing, if it's nice out though. Like 8:15, I'll go run. Like I'll usually get a little snack in here, like snack. I'll go run. By 9 o'clock, I am back, making videos. Or I guess, yeah, I am ready to start day. Maybe 9:15, make videos. By 10 o'clock, I'm editing. Oh my gosh, my handwriting. Editing / like watch market, because I don't need to have my full attention on editing the whole video, because these videos are relatively easy to edit. Just make sure the audio is good, everything sounds nice. I guess it's a synonym. It looks fine, so I can kind of multitask. It's not really multitasking, but watch the market. If something, I already have stocks that I'm looking at anyway, I'm just waiting for the prices to go to where I want, and if they don't, well, so be it. It'll come around again, or I'll find some other opportunity. Let's say by 11 o'clock, I don't even know. I'm making another video, or I'm done editing, or I just do. Anyway, what I'm trying to get at though is I do better in the market, like like this. How much more healthy of a lifestyle does this seem like? As opposed to, I gotta get up, go on my computer, search for like an hour, all different news catalysts, and I then read the charts, look it up. Do they look nice? Do something I want to trade? Do all that basically. Once the market opens, I'm like, okay, I gotta fight for this price. I gotta watch all these different charts. I mean, you don't have to do that, but in day trading, you gotta fight for the price, and you gotta get there really early and capitalize on like a kind of smaller margin. And then by 10:30, you gotta justify, like, hey, is this worthy to keep trading? Should I get out? The price movements are just so much more like and always on edge, because you don't really want to own half the stocks anyway that you're buying for the day. Or I could have this life, could make some videos. So at the end of this day, if I could have, or at the end of this morning, if I bought a stock, it doesn't matter. If I sold, if I could have bought a stock, it would have mattered. If I made a video, as long as I made a video, exercised in the morning, my morning is a check. This morning, I could have done all this and have not made a trade or even lost money. And that would just set me up for the rest of the day, being like, wow, I just kind of wasted my morning. And you might have the mental fortitude to say, like, that won't affect me. And I guess I kind of thought I was the same too, but, have like 5 or 7 days of just back to back, not really making any money. And you're just like, why am I doing this? Like, I could be doing something else. Like, I could be making a video. I could be like reading a book in the morning. I could be getting some like exercise. And no matter what happened this day, it would still be more productive on average than this day. An average day here is better than the best day here. And, there's a lot of things that are more important than just money. Money's important, but I'm just saying that for me, the little bit extra money I might be making here, and possibly over, like, let's say another year, I'd be making even more money or whatever, just because you learn in the market and whatever you can add to your portfolio. I just don't think this was sustainable. I don't think it was enjoyable for a healthy lifestyle that I wanted to live. And that's why I stopped doing it. That's basically a good wrap up. But yeah, swing trading, position trading, just investing, honestly. Investing in good companies at good, I guess, opportunities of price. And then just doing something kind of productive throughout the day. Like, I feel like most people get hooked on this because you can make more money, but really gotta think about it. And I mean, maybe some people could get away with jumping on the market 9:15, looking at some catalysts, and just buying the stock and hoping it goes up. And yeah, you could do that for a while, but that's not really always gonna work. I could give like some examples too, but just real quick, one day trade I had. I don't remember the news, but it was Tesla. I think I made a video about this too. I think this was it had to be January 2021, 100% January 2021. Like late January 2021, or early February. It could have been February too. It was definitely February, now that I think about it. Something happened, Tesla, I was in maybe, I don't know, say $500, I don't know. I can't really see, but let's zoom in a little bit. So, I got in the trade, whatever, I was up, like, it just shot up, I don't know, I got in here, shot up, maybe, I think I was actually up like 10%, like per share, 10%. And so, yeah, it had to be like 2:30. I think I was in this at like 12 o'clock, so 2:30 p.m. And I had to go to class for 3 o'clock. At 3 o'clock class, wow. I had class at 3 o'clock. And I said, I'm up a lot. I think Tesla, so I bought this as a day trade. I'm like, I'm up a lot, I really should either get out before I go to class, or I stay in, maybe hold overnight, maybe I'll jump another percent. This is when Tesla was going on like those highs, And I was like, I'm just gonna get out. Maybe I got out at 10%, I don't know. Went to class, came back, this thing was down below what I bought it at, so in that 1 hour between that and market close, it dropped like maybe, I guess 12, 13%, whatever the amount from this high. I was like, wow, I would have made no money. So I went from making good money to no money. And I guess in hindsight, you could have been like, oh, if you just held Tesla, though, you would have made a lot of money. And it's like, yeah, but like I didn't buy it for that intent. I just bought it as a day trade. So when you buy a trade, though, in these day trades and you're up a good amount, you start psyching yourself. You're like, oh, maybe I'll do this and that and that. Even if you tell yourself you're not going to, you might sometimes do it. And things happen like overnight if you're in a trade for the wrong reason. So if I was in this the next day, I would have been down, let's say 15%, as opposed to making 10%. I mean, I guess the math doesn't work out perfectly, but I guess you get the point. What I'm saying is, like, you can manage your risk reward and stuff, but I guess there's a lot of things that are unpredictable, and you could say, oh, I'm gonna have like a 5-to-1 trade, but then something happens and that thing drops like 3 times more than you thought because some news or some catalyst made it go down. The same thing can happen in a swing or position trade. The only difference is though is we're on bigger time frames. I'm in a stock that I actually want to be in, and I guess I'm already buying at technically very relatively lower levels anyway. So even if it drops far, it usually isn't going to drop as far as if I was already in a worse position, like a day trade, where I'm not looking at these bigger time frames. So I don't know exactly how far it could possibly drop, but yeah, that's kind of more theoretical than practical, but this was an example. But this was an example, this Tesla trade, of just battling myself psychologically. Like, I'm already up a lot, I'm in it for the day. Just take the profit, don't be greedy and hold it and expect it to go even higher overnight, even though it could have. Because that's what Tesla was doing. Every day it was jumping higher and higher, like a pre-market. But yeah, you just, I think on paper, it's very easy to just say like, oh, you can make so much more trading a couple hours every morning, but the psychological effect over a long-term time of not making money, most of us don't have like 100 grand to throw in a trade and make 5%. Like that's 5 grand. That's great money, but most of us don't have these large sum of money, so we're throwing around like, let's say 1 to 5 grand, and we're making like maybe 5% off that, like on a good trade. Like, is that worth it? And I mean, sometimes you can have a great trade, like you make like 20-30% because you got in some, I don't know, in the morning something happened, but like it's definitely more rare. So yeah, people can make money day trading. I'm not saying you can't. I'm just saying for me it didn't work. Or I mean, it kind of worked, but it wasn't sustainable and worth it. And I'm not trying to deter anybody from considering, having fun or throwing some money out. But it's a big world out there. A lot of sharks. Oh my gosh, I didn't even remember. I didn't even include this. All the bots day trading, fighting for those prices using your now free order flows, or sorry, your free orders. Yeah, I guess. So now these bots are feasting off of your non-commission, or is it non-commissioned? Your no commission orders, because that's how they make money. Like, it's just a losing game for me. Bigger time frames, bots have a little bit more harder time, maybe. That's very debatable, and the technology is probably better than a human, but definitely you lose the bots. But yeah, so day trading just not ideal. If you do it actively, I wish you the best. I just hope that you're informed, about the risks involved. But I think you can't, it's the saying, don't knock till you try it or something like that. I hear that a lot, or I've heard that a lot. I think it was important for me to try it, because in trying it, I was able to realize it's not for me. And for like my personal like how I learn and grow, I need to do something and fail at it or see if it works, to know that like learn from the whole experience. But yeah, that's what I learned. I think I learned a good amount. I think I didn't need all this time to learn about it. But again, you gotta, learn along the way. Then this was like the cram months where it all came together. But yeah, anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Let me know what you thought. Am I just a bad trader, or am I just dumb, or I don't know. I feel like this makes sense, but again, this is just my personal story with it and my experience. So yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. Feel free to share your trading stories down below, or if you tried day trading, or if you prefer to just invest. I mean, again, investing in dollar cost averaging. It's just the I guess most intelligent way to build wealth, as opposed to this. But this is more for cash flow and like a hobby, I guess. But it's tough on the mind and the soul. Yeah, anyway, I'm just gonna keep rambling, so